To explain this atomic structure, here four theories are invited. First one is John Dalton's theory. John Dalton's theory. Second one is J.J. Thomson atomic theory. Next, Rutherford atomic model. Rutherford atomic model. Next, Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model. So John Dalton's atomic theory. According to this theory, here atom is indivisible. It is electrically neutral. Right? Atom is indivisible. It is electrically neutral. So this is concept. J.J. Thomson explains the atomic structure by comparing with what is it? Compare with watermelon. Okay. So like seeds are embedded in this what is that? Watermelon. Here seeds are considered as electrons here. Okay. Next they are fixed inside this watermelon. Like this way, atom is also contains electrons. They are fixed in a particular position. Then Rutherford atomic model, comparing this atomic structure by comparing with planetary motion. So compare with planetary motion. So sun is the center of the universe. Remaining planets will be revolves around the sun. Similar way, here central part of this atom is nucleus. Around that electrons are revolves. Then according to Bohr's theory here, right? Then electrons are revolves around the nucleus in a what is it? Fixed orbits. They are called stationary orbits. Next, so we will discuss one by one. The Rutherford atomic model. Rutherford atomic model. So according to this theory here, what is it? Nucleus is central part of this what is it? Atom. Here whenever alpha particles are incidenting on this nucleus, the particles which are incidenting at the central part get scattered with 180 degree. The particles which are incidenting at the just above the central part, it is get scattered with what is it? More than 180. The particles which are incidenting at the just above this edge get scattered with what is it? Less than 90 degree. This is more than 90. More than 90. Here less than 90. Next, the particles which are incidenting on them is gets transmit like this. Okay, edge it is transmitted. Next, so here the particles which are incidenting at the central part, it is get scattering with 180. Then we can conclude that what is it? Here small portion it is what is it? Located in the central part. It is a positive charge will be located at this part, and remaining part of this atom is completely hollow. So this is what is it? Rutherford atomic model. So here by this experiment he calculated the size of this nucleus. Size of nucleus formula. Nucleus is alpha particles, kinetic energy of this alpha particle, it is equivalent to electrostatic repulsive potential energy. Electrostatic repulsive potential energy. So therefore half into m into alpha v alpha square is equal to electrostatic repulsive potential energy, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into here ZE. This is nucleus charge into charge of alpha particle is 2e divided by r naught. So therefore r naught is nothing but closest approach. Therefore r naught is equal to 2. So 2 to 4 ZE square divided by 4 pi into epsilon naught into m alpha into v alpha square. This value is calculated as 10 power of minus 15 meters. It is equal to 1 Fermi. Right. Next. Right. So Bohr's atomic model. So Bohr's atomic model. Little bit. Next, Bohr's atomic model. According to this theory, so here this is nucleus of this atom. Here electrons are revolves around this nucleus in a stationary orbits. Okay, fixed orbits, they are called stationary orbit. So therefore radius of radius, first Bohr orbit radius we are going to determine. So therefore electron, it has revolving around this nucleus because of centripetal force. It is balanced by this electrostatical attraction between the nucleus and electron. So therefore Fe is equal to Fc. Fe is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Ze, charge of the nucleus, and electron charge, by r square is equal to m into v square, mv square by r. Centripetal force formula mv square by r. So therefore velocity of the electron according to conservation law of linear momentum or angular momentum conservation law, mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Angular momentum of the revolving electron is equal to integral multiples of h by 2 pi. Therefore v is equal to nh by 2 pi mr. So therefore this value is substituting them. K into Ze square divided by r square is equal to m by r into n square h square divided by 4 pi square m square r square. Therefore radius of the nucleus is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square m k Z e square. Therefore radius of this, what is it, electron in Bohr orbit, nth radius is directly proportional to or 0.53 into n square divided by z. Okay, or n is directly proportional to n square. Next, z atomic number equal to mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Therefore v is equal to nh by 2 pi into mr. Therefore nh divided by 2 pi into m into r radius, that value we can substitute here. So 4 pi square m k Z e square divided by n square h square, nh cancel, 2 pi. Then v is equal to 2 pi m k Z e square divided by nh. V is equal to c by 137 into z by n. Velocity is inversely proportional to orbit number. Next, is equal to v by r. here P is C by 137 Z by N divided by R radius is 0.53 into N square by Z. Therefore, okay, so omega naught into what is that, Z by N cube. Okay, omega is directly proportional to 1 by N cube. Time period is equal to 2 pi divided by omega 2 pi by omega naught into Z by N cube. Therefore 2 pi by omega naught into Z N cube. Time period is directly proportional to N cube. Next, potential energy of the electron in the Bohr orbit is, okay, so minus of 2 times of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is, okay, 2 pi square into k square e to the power of 4 mz square by n square h square. Total energy is sum of potential plus kinetic. Potential energy value is minus 2 ke, kinetic energy is ke, then you will get minus ke. Ratio, therefore ratio is equal to minus 2 is to 1 is to minus 1, right? Wavelength of electron in Bohr orbit, okay, 1 by lambda is equal to r into z square 1 by n1 square minus of 1 by n2 square. N1 is lower energy level, N2 is higher energy level.